Hey guys, I got with the picks. It is Tuesday, and it's early afternoon. I couldn't wait for March Madness to start. One of my favorite times of the year. I do have a handful of plays for us tonight. A handful, and I'm going to get right to it. First game we're looking at is Hofstra playing Rutgers in the NIT. Rutgers is the bigger team. They average 4 or 5 more rebounds per game than Hofstra. Hofstra's strength is their 3-point shooting. And on the defensive side, that's Rutgers. One of their strongest strengths is giving up the 3 ball. They hold opponents to 30% from the 3-point range. Hofstra struggles to score. And we all know Rutgers always struggle to score. I'm not really sure why they have this line at 139.5. Kind of threw me off whenever I first looked at it. And then I was like, you know what? We're not going to dig in any deeper. We're not going to try to find some hidden door. We're not going to do that stuff. We're going to look at the play for what the play actually is. All the value here is on the under in this game. All the value. And that's what we're taking in the first game is Rutgers Hofstra under 139.5. Second play we have here is we are looking at Vegas. Las Vegas tonight playing Philadelphia in Philly. And what we're looking at is we're looking at the 60-minute line or 3-way line, whatever your sports book and however it reads it. It's sitting at Vegas minus 125. I wanted to take out a lot of the juice on this. This was by far the best way to look at it because these two teams are on different levels. Philly's on a 3-game losing streak. And to be honest with you, I think they are going to probably be trying to lose the rest of their games out just for looking at a higher pick in the draft and maybe hitting a lottery with more balls. I don't see them putting in a huge effort. Yes, I understand they have the competitiveness in them, and they want to fight like a dog. I get all that stuff, but sometimes someone comes in with instructions on how to do things, and you got to follow them. And I think that's where Philly's head office is at, is not so much just blatantly dumping the games, but dumping the games. Vegas is trying to maintain or even get a higher spot in the playoff position. I think right now they're 3 points ahead of the Kings right now in the Western Conference. Vegas is better at every single position. They get the check mark in every single box at every single everything in this game points to one team, and that points to Vegas. And we're taking them on the 60-minute line at minus 125. Now we open up with the NCAA tournament where we have Southeast Missouri State playing Texas A&M Corpus Christi. This line's at 156.5. Now, these two teams have been on fire since the start of their conference tournament, averaging 84 and 80 points a game. Texas A&M Corpus Christi, they give up 73 points a game, and they allow their opponents to shoot 45% from the field. Be really hard to win games if that's what you're doing consistently. It just goes to show you how good their offense really is, that they beat you on offense and not defense. They're not so much worried about the defense because the offense can get the job done. It got them to the tournament, so who am I to say anything different? Southeast Missouri State, they're allowing 77 points a game. Now, 7 out of the last 9 games combined between these two teams have hit over this number. There's no need to change anything here at all again. We're taking over 156.5 in the Southeast Missouri State, Texas A&M Corpus Christi game. The next game we're going to NBA, where the Knicks are given 2.5 on the road to the Trailblazers. New York's 13-5 in their last 18, while Portland is 7-11. Knicks got back on track last game out, beating the Lakers at home last game. Damian Lillard did not play Sunday, and he's a game time call tonight. And I would not be surprised one bit at all if he sits again tonight. But to be honest with you, I like the Knicks either way. This handicapper prediction on this game had nothing to do with him playing or not playing. I have him like he is playing, but I wouldn't be surprised if he sits. And their other, their big acquisition that they brought in, Jemiah Grant, he is also a game time call that was added to the injury list, and there's a really good chance that he doesn't play either. Julius Randle has been an absolute monster. He's been on a tear, an absolute tear. And you would have thought by them losing Jalen Brunson for a couple games that they would take a pretty big dip, and they're not. Isaiah Quickly has been an excellent reserve. He's been putting up now. Hell, he had 26, 6 and 5. Last game, I think he had like 14, 7, and whatever it was, he has been able to get the job done at the point guard. And I see that continuing tonight. I see it continue tonight with the Knicks once again ending out their West Coast road trip and getting it done in Portland. Knicks minus 2.5 is our pick. I got a player prop for us. If you've been following me on TikTok, I tell you one thing that I have been hitting almost every night is the player prop that I've been giving out. And tonight we're looking at Darius Garland. We're looking at his points and assists. They're at 33.5. It was at 32.5 when I was doing this, whenever I was putting this together, and it went to 33.5. So good minds think alike, whoever was out there putting that money on that team. The points and assists is at 33.5 and is sitting at minus 120. He's hit this number in 4 out of the last 5. And I tell you what, he turns into a different player when Mitchell wasn't on the floor or in the lineup. His points per minute, his usage, all increase largely. And that's what we have tonight. We have Darius Garland running the show for the Cavs in Charlotte with one of the worst defenses in the NBA. So you take Mitchell out of the lineup, so you would think that this might be a closer game, which it should be a closer game. I still think Cavs will get it done on the road, but that's neither here nor there. And you insert Garland, which puts a team on his back. Last time Mitchell didn't play with Garland, 36, 38 points. It was something around there when I looked. Like I said, his points per minute, his usage increased largely. You know what we're taking here. We're taking Darius Garland over 33.5 for points and assists at minus 120. And I'm just throwing this game in here just because I like it. Seton Hall in Colorado. It's one of the late NIT games. These are two pretty much even teams in my eyes. Both of these teams have a bunch of bad losses on their record. When I put these teams down side by side, what I see Seton Hall with a little bit better defense than Colorado. Seton Hall is holding their opponents to about 41% from the floor, where Colorado's given about 43% on the floor. That doesn't sound like much, and it sounds like we're nitpicking, but we're really not. We're not at all. I think Seton Hall gets this done. Seton Hall's getting points. They're getting 4.5 points at the time of this writing. And I can never see Colorado giving this team 4 points. It looks like a gift to me. We're taking Seton Hall plus 4.5. Guys, that's our wrap tonight. We'll be back tomorrow with some more NBA tournament. Till that, guys, you already know what I'm going to do until I get back. You get back to getting this cash.